Welcome to the Day Player Podcast. I'm your host, Stuart Guerrero, and this is...
My name's Manny.
And we're here to talk all kinds of things.
Yeah.
Not a lot of nerdy news today or the last 30 days or the last 50 years.
It's been hot as balls right now.
Yeah, it's hot as hell. We're currently in a heat wave. We have been in a heat wave, and I hope it abates soon or than later.
Hopefully. I'm getting tired of it. It makes it very tiring.
Yeah, I know. I wake up a little later than I mean to, even if I sleep,
Yeah. I always wake up sweaty, and it's not good, so.
I usually don't, but today I did.
Yeah. I wish we could take a cold shower.
Wait,
nice.
in the podcast?
In the podcast, yeah, you guys have a conversation while I take a cold shower.
For real. Okay, so we have a few things to talk about today. Anything major, because like we said, there's been no movies coming out.
No. I mean, Mulan came out. So.
Have you seen it?
I have not seen it. I honestly don't care about it.
You don't care? I wanted to watch it, though. I was really interested.
Oh, yeah, it looks like a...
I knew there was going to be no
music or magical dragons or any of those stuff.
Even though there is magic in it, but there's no
dragon. Not like talking dragons. Not Eddie Murphy, sadly.
Didn't that girl turn into like a freaking phoenix in the trailer?
Did she really?
Yeah.
I honestly never seen the trailer. I honestly don't.
It looks kind of cool. I don't mind it. It's just one of those things.
I mean, when I look at it, it's kind of like a Hidden Dragon movies.
Yeah,
those
it's a little bit
movies.
like that, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't know. I love the original Mulan cartoon. That's like one of my favorite.
Oh, it is great.
I don't like Disney that much, but I do like that movie.
Yeah, it's a good one. Yeah, it has amazing shots there too.
Yeah, I mean, just like what I love about it is turning your emotions on a dime. You know what I mean? Because you had that one song. It's like the woman.
Who is that girl I see? That one.
Yeah.
That's
Wait, is that the one? No, it's like the one like the one. Dun, 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 the only girl love him is his mother. Dun, 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 dun.
Isn't when Mulan was like cleaning up, trying to get ready?
No. It's like halfway through the film. It's
Oh, it's when they're going to war and they're all sad, so they're
they're singing like a happy song about the woman that they were.
When they're
we want a woman worth fighting for, and then they do that, and then you see this like all the army's dead, and you're like, damn, that was harsh, bro.
Especially with the kid's doll. Like you had the idea. I was like, oh shit, this kid's dead, because that doll. Fuck, man.
And if you played Ghost of Tsushima, you'll know the Mongols are. Oh man, I actually finally beat that game.
Oh, you beat the game.
I finally beat the game. Yeah.
What do you think so far?
So far, I'm done.
I mean, what do you think of the game?
It's better. I'll move it up a little bit. I don't remember where I left it. I think I left it at a C, right?
Yeah, you changed it to
C plus.
C plus.
I'm not moving it to a B.
I mean, you have a new TV, so does it look 10 times better?
Yeah, it looks good. I think the only thing I don't like about my new TV, which is a really big TV, is like the blacks aren't really black enough for me. Like you if you try to mess with the contrast, everything gets blown out because it also moves the whites and blacks farther away, so it just doesn't look as good.
Right.
So I'm like trying to find a way to like make the blacks, and it's HDR built in, but maybe I just don't like HDR. I don't know. Like I thought the blacks would be like so much richer, and I'm like really annoyed that they're not. Like, it's very gray. So it
doesn't look black at all.
No, it does. Like you can tell it's supposed to be black. It's just like not. Because I like having my TV really bright. That's probably why. Oh. If I put my brightness down.
Looks like it's an overexposed black, then. What you have to think about.
It's like, it's a little overexposed. I mean, it's not like grainy or anything, but it's just like, it's not as good. But it looks great. That looks great. I played that. I played a few different other games.
That's cool.
Yeah. So I beat that game, and it was good. I liked it a little bit more. Things that I was really annoyed by was Act 1 and Act 2. Each act is like like an island on its own, and like you have to go do this and that, and it's like basic like Assassin's Creed kind of shit, where it's like find this base, do this. Oh, they tell you about that place, and you go and you do it, and it's just constant like wasting my time.
It's like follow this person to go.
And like here's this bird, and it takes you to like a little like headband. I'm like I like what I'm wearing already. Like at a certain point, like I stopped caring about the gear because the gear I had was so dope. I'm just like I don't want anything else. You know what I mean? And like. If you want, and the completionist in me is like, I got to do everything, but then I just gave up on that. So like Act 3 I was like, oh, I just spent like how many hours doing that on 2, and I got to do it on a 3rd island? And then what I found out is that it's not as populated as the other 2 islands were.
Right.
Because they're probably like, okay, no one cares anymore. Let's just get through. So it's just basically taking down some Mongol camps and just the rest of everyone's storylines, and they were pretty good for the most part.
That's cool.
I did like how some of the stories ended. My friend also is in the game.
Oh yeah, that's right. I think you told me that she's one of the
the
stories.
I don't even know who she is. She just has face model.
That's cool.
So I don't know. I've been looking for it, but I can't tell.
Did you like tell her, hey, where are you? You know, what game? Like, what part
she
you're in?
knows.
Oh, she doesn't even know.
No.
She probably even
I don't know. I've been trying to get them on the podcast.
Right.
They're down. It's just they live in LA, so it's kind of like trying to figure out both of their schedules.
Right. The routes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we're always available on the weekends.
Yeah.
know?
Justin and his wife.
Yes.
I always mess up her name because there's like two names, and because of the game. Because there's like somebody called Tomoe and there's someone called Tomami, and I remember it's one of those. But because of the game had like three people with like almost the same name, I'm like, shit, I don't remember what her name was right now. I feel so bad. I have it in my phone. I just don't remember it off the top of my head. Really
we'll find out when Dave comes to the podcast.
No, I'll ask her on the podcast. Yeah. Like, what's her name again? Oh, so, have you seen that meme? I was watching the H3 podcast, talking about another podcast. And Ethan on the show, he's the main host. Right. He recently found out about an old meme, and I'm like, wow, I'm surprised it took him this long. He's a big meme lord. It's that one of like the Africa where like, this guy is like he's like not a bad guy. Let's say he just doesn't know, because like parts in Africa are definitely a lot more like way super conservative and like really kind of overzealous, and they don't know that much about like the LGBTQ plus community.
No, yeah, they're way behind our times.
To a trans man, I think, as a trans man, I think is what he identified as, and it looks like a woman, and then he was like, why are you gay? You know, like that's like the opening. Have you seen that?
Yeah, no, I haven't seen that.
You haven't seen that clip? No. Oh, okay, shit. I gotta show it to you.
That's
okay.
Great.
Okay. Wow. Oh, wow, Manny. We should turn this to meme review. I know all about the memes.
We should do memes. Yeah, I'm down with memes. What's your favorite meme?
My favorite meme. Right now, I'm still loving the one of the two astronauts where like they see Earth and then one of them's looking at it and he's like, and it's supposed to be like this revelation. He's like, it was this all along. It was this, and then the other guy's like, always has been, and he's pointing a gun at the other astronaut. Those are one of my favorites.
That's good.
Here we go. Here's that clip.
We bring in the studio this morning one of the gay rights activists, Mr. Should I call you Mr? Pepe Julian Onzima. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you for
Good morning.
He doesn't mean anything bad.
Why are you gay?
Why are you gay?
You are gay.
He's just
you
out
are
of curiosity.
What shows that I'm gay?
You are a transgender, and you're a gay rights activist and an outspoken lesbian, homosexual. How can I describe you? Now we're looking at the raging debate. You're a gay rights activist. Why should someone be gay? You're having a girlfriend.
Yes.
Do you perform the natural obligations?
The natural obligations.
I'm not sexually active right now.
So what are you doing with this lady?
By choice.
By choice.
Yeah. I've just.
I think the end is the best part.
I've chosen not to.
This is so uncomfortable.
Doesn't that make you gay?
What do you mean? Doesn't that make me gay? I am male and attracted to a female.
So who is gay?
So who is gay?
Oh, is he being for real?
You haven't seen that? Oh my god, you're so slow. It's all good. It's all good. That's what I'm here for, Manny. I'm all about memes. I know everything. But yeah, there's that and all that stuff. So those memes. Oh, well, I'm glad I could show you that meme on the podcast.
Good thing.
That's good.
Yeah, it's a good first reaction.
So who is gay? He's so confused.
It's kind of like how the straights talk, you know, when
The streets?
the straights like
Oh, straight. Okay,
yeah, the straights.
Okay, gotcha.
I'll probably say the same questions.
I don't think you need to.
It's pretty hilarious.
Wait. Ah! Okay, I'm just making sure it's still recording.
Like, what happened?
No, I mean, look, I'm just like last time we didn't record for like almost 2 hours.
That was fucking hilarious.
So I'm just making sure. I was editing and I was like actually looking at the sound. I'm like, well, this actually sounds better without the mics on, only because his mic audio and this mic audio, and for some reason they just wouldn't sync together at the right spot, so they're like desynced by like half a second.
Oh, that sounds annoying.
Yeah, and I found a way to like make it not sound that annoying, but it still annoyed me.
Jesus.
But like luckily it's only last hour, and I'm like, it's still the audio is better for us. But because of for some reason, I don't know what it is. It's like 2/4 of a second that was like wrong. You know what I mean? It's like that just the tiniest bit that's like off sync. I mean, it doesn't sound like I can get rid of one of the audio and it sounds fine with our lips moving because it's that fraction of a like small, but then like if you're paying attention, you can hear it.
Yeah, that's that noticeable.
It's not that noticeable, but for me it is. Yeah, okay, so we don't have a lot to talk about on this podcast today. There's not a lot of news.
It's a very chill back news. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's been some stuff, but nothing. I'm like, oh, someone's calling me, and I went to reach down for my phone, and my phone's in my hand. Okay, idiot. No, so I mean, there are some stuff here and there, but I'm not an idiot. But look. I don't mind talking about politics and getting into it. I just feel like everyone gets enough of that. You know what I mean? It's so everywhere.
And sometimes I don't know any better, so I can't really argue what's happening.
Yeah, and if there's something I specifically really feel like I need to talk about or we should converse, then I'll put it on the podcast. Otherwise, I'll just let it chill for now. You know what I mean?
Let's have a chill week. Do you know what's going on in Disneyland?
No. Okay, go.
You know,
good topic, man. We're finally moving on for Bugs fucking. Who knows?
Anyways, about Bugs fucking. No,
so is Bugs fucking?
Yeah. Well, they have.
You're evolving just backwards.
But have you heard that? You know, Splash Mountain, the ride. Mm-hmm. They're re-theming into the Princess and the Frog.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah. So what do you think? Like, do you think it's like a political move, or they just really want to do it? Like,
I mean, look, a lot of Disney history has been.
Yeah, very controversial.
If you look at how the park originally started off as, like, they didn't think it was racist for them, but that's because they didn't really talk to any black people or any people of color. They were just like, "This is fine, right? We're all white. This isn't racist or this isn't offensive." And
the Song of the South,
different. Yeah.
Have you seen Song of the South, like the actual movie?
No, I mean,
I
think it was out of circulation by the time we were
yeah,
like,
it was way hard.
Anybody watching that movie?
Yeah, no one. I think it's on Disney Plus.
I think
also
the most like kind of like iffy like racial wise was Dumbo, and that's because the whole movie's great.
Yeah, the black girl. But there's one with the Aristocats with the Asians.
Oh, the Aristocats. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I used to watch that movie all the time.
Yeah,
I would, like, watch the piano
and I was like, I like the song.
And then I didn't see anything wrong with the Chinese.
And then once you get older, I'm like.
I know, you're like, ooh,
even the Lady and Trap one too.
I don't remember that movie.
You're like, we are Siamese.
Oh, I'm sure.
And with the cats, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. But have you heard so you've never seen the movie? Because we can't really have thoughts if the movie is
like
good.
I said, dude, I don't watch Disney. I don't like Disney. Right. I watch some of them. I've watched enough of the movies to know I don't like what they do generally. I'm just not into that. Not that I'm against wholesome content. I love wholesome content, but it just feels like too much of like this kind of
pure. They think they're pure.
Neutered.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I mean, like you don't have to be grim dark like WB or Zack Snyder, but like give me something, you know?
Right. I mean, they have some like dark parts, you know, with Snow White. It got a little scary, and Beauty and the Beast. There's a lot.
Did you see the new Beauty and the Beast movie, by the way?
Yeah.
What do you think about it?
That was okay. I mean,
dude, the movie was lame.
I mean, they try to make it. They try to
all the actors, but just.
I mean, I don't like the Beast how it looks. Like it looks too CGI.
They were like working on like a Gaston.
Are they really?
I think they
Fuck, dude, I'm done with remakes. Can they just?
I'm actually for Gaston remake because he was the only part of the movie I liked.
He is probably one of the best.
That song with him and Josh Gad was awesome. Oh yeah. No one fights like Gaston.
I actually on the live action one, I really liked that scene with the whole. It looks like they actually have fun.
Gaston actually seemed like a nice guy in that movie, and I'm like,
he was more.
Really? I just felt like he was full of himself. That doesn't make you evil.
I don't know. He left Belle's dad to die and getting tied in the tree. I think it's pretty.
What is it? His problem? I mean, like what? You're just gonna like. Go out like no, okay. Just like what is that? Hell no, you know what I mean? That's the thing. That's the thing about these movies, though. They tend to. Well, I don't remember the movie that much, so I'm just gonna like debate on like a whole different point altogether. Right. There's because I can't remember what exactly happened then, so I'm not. So don't hold me to my opinion on this. But I will say that like there's sense of like, especially with, like older Disney movies of like this like masculine feminine ideals that they tend to hold you to. If you fall out of step with those, that's why some of the villains are kind of weird. Where it's like. Are they really villains, or they just fall outside of the box of what you guys think is socially acceptable?
Yeah, and we all look up to villains more than the heroes in Disney. Disney does have the best villains.
Hayes is cool.
Hayes is cool. He's more like a lawyer talk, fast talking.
That's all the what's his name? Jimmy. Not Jimmy Smith.
Oh, from Family Guy.
I know. I'm trying to remember his name.
Family Guy.
He's in that show a lot.
It's like, ooh, piece of candy.
Ooh, piece of candy. Yeah, I know. Yeah. I don't. He's kind of.
Wow, what's his name?
Yeah, I don't know. Who cares?
Well, anyways, he's gone crazy. Yeah. He's gone crazy. But yeah, what do you think of the Splash Mountain? Yeah. Like, because there are comments like, there are comments that people blame it.
I think, look, I mean, sometimes you have to. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's something so small. I mean, look, is this going to stop racism? Is this going to like end it? No, it's not. But it's a nice little gesture.
Right.
Is it to the point where they're like trying to feel like they're inclusive? I don't know. Yeah. I can't say. Disney's all about that money. You know what I'm saying? They're all about that dollar bill, y'all. So they don't give a shit based on whatever they think. They do whatever is going to make them more money.
Yeah. I just don't like I don't like that persona that Disney cares. It's like you don't fucking care.
No, they don't care.
They don't care at all. They don't care. But I think it's cool to have Princess and the Frog. You know, somehow mentioned.
Yeah, why not? I mean,
it's a good movie too.
I've never seen it.
You never seen it? I think you'll like it. It's pretty good. Randy Goodman still.
It's weird. It sounds like a movie that's right up my alley.
Yeah, you'll like it.
In terms of like princess and fantasy and
Disney.
Yeah. But in terms of I love New Orleans.
Yeah.
And I'm very fascinated in like.
And the voodoo culture, the songs are great.
Yeah, and then timepieces.
Yeah.
Period pieces, I guess.
Yeah.
African Americans are definitely a culture I'm very fascinated with.
Right. I think you'll definitely like this movie. Yeah.
I just never seen it. Yeah, I haven't seen any of the Wreck-It Ralphs or anything either. So.
Wreck-It Ralph was okay. I think the second when they went to the internet, I thought it was okay. I thought it was okay. But
I haven't seen Moana either though, so
like
I'm just gonna pretend that doesn't exist. So whenever I have kids, they're like, "Oh, we need to watch this movie." I'm like, "That movie doesn't."
Come on, The Rock is in there.
I'd be like, "That movie doesn't exist."
The Rock is in there.
No, I don't care. I'm not watching everything with The Rock. Like, look, I love the guy, but he's in a lot of stuff that's not that good.
Oh yeah, of course.
I mean,
Rampage.
Okay, there's only one good Kevin Hart and Dwayne The Rock Johnson movie. Okay, there's two of them. It's Jumanji and Jumanji 2, The Next Level.
Yeah.
Those are the only. They did a few movies together.
Yeah.
And those are the only two that worked.
Yeah, they were not that good. No,
was that CIA was one of them, right?
Yeah, when The Rock was in the CIA and then Kevin Hart was like a loser or like a regular guy. Yeah. He
always does that. You know, it's fun. I like Kevin Hart though. Okay, so let's get into some of my topics. Okay, no. Let's finish up your Disney thing. Right. I feel like I didn't give you my full thoughts. It's cool. I'm here for it. You know, Disney.
I mean, it's something new.
Too. I mean,
Do you know that Slash Medicine came out in '89? So it's kind of like relatively new. It's not like those old original Disney lights.
I actually really don't like Disneyland. If I'm being honest.
You don't like Disneyland?
It's like nothing for me to do really. Like I said, it's not my cup of tea. Like if you send me to Universal Studios, I'm gonna have a good time.
Universal Studios is cool.
It's cool. See,
Nintendo Land's coming soon.
Nintendo Land. Yeah. Ooh, at this one or in Florida?
Yeah, Universal in Florida.
Ooh,
you know, they're actually building it right now, supposedly.
Sweet. Yeah, I can't wait for that. I'm not a Nintendo fan though. It's like, I'm like, they ruined it.
No, but it's cool to have like something video game related.
Imagine, like I know they don't do this, but imagine if they did though. What? Like, what would Disney's like Halloween theme like month look like? Because Universal has like Universal Horror Nights, and I'm like, I live for that. I love that shit. I love it so much.
No, I
like Disney. Like, what would that look like?
Well, I have been there.
Our short film actually, Polly would look is more metal than that. Remember the short? We did a short film. Let us know if you want us to play.
Oh, The Exorcist.
Yeah, we did an Exorcist skit, but the person is possessed by Mickey Mouse.
That's me.
It's great. Yeah.
It's pretty great.
It's pretty good. I love that movie, dude.
I have fun. We have fun with re-filming it. Yeah,
I want to film more skits. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah. So what were you gonna say about Halloween?
Oh yeah, that it's like trick or treating. Basically, you go to different rides. They give you candy. You wear costumes. It's not like. No, it sounds gay.
I know. I'm sorry. I don't mean to. That's it. It's like ingrained as kids. I hate saying that because like the gay love to the gay community and the LGBT.
But I like to say it.
It's lame. Okay, that's lame. Right. I'm sorry.
But if I have nothing to say, I'll be like, that's gay.
That's what I mean. I just don't feel like using that vernacular and having that in there because it just sounds like non-inclusive.
Right.
I don't know. I'm not trying to be like PC police to myself, but I just want to be more
respectful
and aware.
No, I got you.
Sorry, guys. That's lame. All right, there you go.
Right,
sorry.
Right. Yeah, it's pretty lame. Like it's not like Universal where you go like scary mazes. They scare the shit out of you.
Not Berry Farm.
Oh yeah, not Scary Farm.
Dude,
yeah, it's pretty tight.
Like way better. Dude, I love Universal Horror Halloween Nights. I was looking forward to doing it last year, but we didn't get to do it.
It's pretty pricey to get in. And
that's not that bad.
It's like an extra $100 if you want to stay the night. But
who stays the night though?
I mean, what time they close it by? Like late? I bet they're
like 2 or 3.
Right.
Probably. I don't know.
But now,
I love it.
But now they're doing.
It doesn't mean no Horror Nights this year.
No. Not even scary. Not Scary Farm. Nothing.
I know.
I don't think they're gonna do the one in Florida too. It just sucks.
Yeah, definitely not the one in Florida. Are you kidding me?
No. Would you ever go to like the Universal Disney World to Florida? Would you?
Would I ever go?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, not right now, but like
Not right
at some
now,
other
but when
point.
it's back to
If I
normal.
happen to be in Florida, sure. I just don't foresee myself ever being in the state
Yeah,
of
why you want to
Florida.
go to Florida?
That's what I mean. Like, I don't ever foresee myself actually being in Florida. I'm not a
Right.
big Miami guy. Like, that's not something I care about.
Miami's whatever.
I mean, unless I'm filming down there for whatever reason.
or there's a certain bachelor party. I don't know.
Are you gonna have a bachelor party in Florida? Sorry.
No, I'm saying people,
not COVID.
friends I know, friends I know, cousins, I don't know, whoever's married. Let's go to Miami. Sorry, I just watched Jersey Shore. You remember we were talking about Jersey Shore? I rewatched Jersey Shore, and God, that's an amazing show. It's like watching a train wreck. Like you keep watching, like, I keep moving it.
I don't know. Let's just not touch the table now.
But every time I watch this show, it's like a train wreck.
Oh yeah,
It's fucking amazing. And like when I got old, because I watched it when I was in high school, and now I got older. I'm like, fuck, this is my life. Just kidding. They're all like in the same age as I am right now, but
no, I'm not a big fan. I don't care for that. So I'm like, if I were to get married, like, okay, let's transition this. If I were to get married, can I? Let's talk about what we would want that to look like.
Right.
I'm sorry to any girl that I happen to be dating that I marry or want to get married to me, whatever, for whatever reason. I don't know if you're out there, but if you are, cool. What's up?
he's single, everyone.
Yeah, my thing is I just don't like pomp and circumstance. I just hate the fluff and the filler of life. Like for me, I would just go to the courthouse and just do it, and just walk away, and it's like, let's go get something to eat after. You know, not like on the like that I'm lazy or like it just feels
just want to get over with.
It just feels too self-indulgent, and I understand why people want to do this, especially
with girls too. They want something grand. They want.
I'm not that kind of guy. I don't care. I mean, I do it for them, but if I could have my way, it would just be to the courthouse.
Yeah, it's never gonna be your way, Stuart.
No,
it's always gonna be the girl's way.
Watch, I'm gonna have like
Dude,
some
every wedding,
big extravagant wedding.
Oh no, every weddings that I went is all like decided like I want like by women. Women runs shit, dude.
Yeah, my mom was telling me like we were watching this one show. What show was it called? I think it was Married at First Sight. Have you seen that show? That show's actually pretty crazy.
Is it like a Lifetime show?
I think so.
Something
It's like basically they're a bunch of people and they go through it and they have them marry each other.
They were at the chapel and then they would see it and they would say yes or no. Yeah, I think I
think they always say yes. I think.
Ah, Jesus.
I've only seen 2 seasons so far, but
Right.
like some people are saying like they buy their dresses like way before their wedding days.
Oh
and
yeah.
they plan and they like and my mom's like, oh yeah, they pay for stuff way early, and I'm like, she's like, Stuart, your future wife probably has all that stuff already like planned out and paid for, and I'm like, what?
I'm actually not surprised.
Oh, like, what?
Yeah, what could? Hey, it's cool to be prepared.
Your future wife has probably already everything planned out for you.
I'll be creeped out. It's like fuck. It's like I'm not there yet.
No, I'm not saying not just for you, but just whoever that person ends up being. It's already paid for. That's what I'm saying.
At least it's not one thing.
Yeah,
they can have more. Like
I have an idea for Fantastic Four.
I think I remember back in school.
I wrote a script. Yeah,
one
of the first scripts I ever wrote was a Fantastic Four.
Yeah,
script.
I remember that.
It was a long one.
Yeah, I remember you were printing out the whole. It's like, damn, you wrote that. It's like, yeah. It's like,
I think I sent it to Jonathan London. I think.
Shout out to Jonathan London.
Shout out to Jonathan London. I think I sent him the first 15 pages, and he really liked it.
Oh, that's cool.
And I was gonna send him more, but
am I cast as Mr. Fantastic?
No.
Human Torch?
No. Well, I didn't cast anybody yet.
At least a thing.
I mean, you want to be the thing, I guess. I don't have anyone. Okay, no, that's a lie. I have people casted in my head. Damn it. But I don't have anybody.
For sure it's going to be me, right? I do have Mr. Fantastic looks.
You think you'd be Mr. Fantastic?
Yes,
I'll cast you as Dr. Von Doom.
What?
No,
okay, that'd be cool. I love Dr. Doom.
You'll be the thing. I don't know.
What the fuck?
Who would you cast me as?
Okay, well, so casting ideas for you.
Who would you cast in the Fantastic Four?
You're a police officer number 4.
Oh, fuck you. Okay, I didn't call you police officer number 4, you dick. Okay, no. If I had to cast you as one, one of the 4 or a villain. I'm fine with that.
You know what? I'm gonna say you're Doom.
I'm Doom?
Yeah, I guess.
I would love to play Richard though. Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic. I have a script in my head that I have scripts. I have adaptations and stuff I want to make. I'm just like
no. If you cast me as a Human Torch, I'll be like flame hot.
You're not getting casted. I have some actors in mind though, but yeah.
We're all gonna die.
Well, I mean, at some point, yeah. But
a huge astronaut coming. It's not gonna be pretty.
No, here's the thing though. I learned about this, and this is why I don't like freak. Okay, so I remember I was in 7th grade. Was I in 7th grade? I think it was 7th or 8th grade. I had a teacher, and he taught history, right? And he talked about, it's like, oh yeah, it's like we're lucky to be alive because like comets and all the meteors and all that stuff come all the time, and they come this close to Earth, and it's only a matter of time, right? Whatever. And he's not wrong. I mean, yeah, there's so much debris just in space in general.
Yeah.
That like, yeah, it could be only a matter of time, but we're talking like time scales of like millions of the years, thousands. And we get hit by little meteors and comets all the time.
Yeah, constantly.
But like, that's why it's funny. Like in the movie Armageddon.
Oh God.
They're like, oh my, this comet the size of Texas is coming. It's like, there's like no way you would have missed that.
Yeah.
That is way too big.
It's
like
too giant. We probably
like,
could see it.
Like, there's so many people like that. The fact that we know that there's like a comet coming over during election day, like around that time, it's like a little one. And it's gonna like miss Earth by a lot. But I mean, like, not a lot, enough to be like,
not to be catastrophic. And
it's missing Earth. It's not that big.
Okay.
But it's still like a funny thing. They're like, oh, everyone's like, oh, it's like comets and meteors pass by all the time. I mean,
yeah. We hear a lot of news that meteors pass all the time.
Yeah. And so, I mean, that's why I think it's funny when people are like, oh, meteors coming or comets coming. And I'm like, well, if something that big and that catastrophic would have hit, then we would have seen it.
Oh, yeah, we'd be extra fucked. But imagine an asteroid field just destroyed the U.S. Fuck. That'd be crazy.
Yeah. A comet or meteor.
Yeah.
Asteroid. Yeah.
Asteroid.
That'd be fascinating. But yeah, but no, I did the research. And I'm like, yeah, you would see that. Something that, like globally catastrophic, you would see it like decades before it even happened.
Right.
Probably even hundreds of years before it even happened. They're like monitoring everything right now.
Yeah, and if there is to be a giant one, we're fucked. We just don't know what we're gonna do.
No, yeah, there's a lot you could do.
I mean, you can.
Do you not know anything about how to? Okay, so
you can shoot missiles out of it.
No, you can do something even way cooler than that.
Like what?
We're back on the podcast. Apparently, I can't talk about my film ideas.
You can.
Top secret.
You can.
Top secret. I can't.
You can't because people are gonna take.
I just like talking about it though.
Yeah,
it's so
but
cool.
one sleazy producer's gonna come watch it.
Dude,
and I
am not fucking with you. I talked about an idea I had, and I forgot what the idea was for a film, right? I talked about it, and it was at a restaurant with, I think, Danny or maybe my mom. It was some of my friends. It might have been you even.
Right.
And I was talking about it, and literally not that long later, I saw the same idea in a movie. And I was like, either like a lot of ideas are happening at the same time, and like I had the same, they had the same idea I had at the same time, and they made it into a movie because they had the resources, or someone overheard me. I think this is like, I'm not fucking around. This happens all the time. I remember I talked about making an Iron Man movie, and I had the idea of like how I wanted to look. And this is one out before the Iron Man movie came out in 2008. I was a kid in like junior high, and I was like, here's how I would film it, here's how I would do it. And I was talking to my friends about it. Then next thing I know, they're like, announced Iron Man with Robert Downey Jr. So fuck you, Jon Favreau.
Jesus Christ.
No.
It
looked exactly the same though. Like the movie and what I had in mind looked exactly the same.
Yeah, you never know, bro.
I was like, whoa, that's weird. I don't think they stole it from me, but I just thought the coincidence was so weird. I was just like, I know it's Iron Man, and I know there's only so many ways, but like that, I was like, oh yeah, I'd make an Iron Man movie first, and I would do this, and I'd do that, and I was like thinking about how I would look. I'm like,
it's just too similar.
It's just way too similar.
Fuck. Yeah, you gotta be careful on that shit.
I know. Imagine there's like just people listening to me. They're like, he's too smart. We gotta put stuff in his room now. They're like monitoring it. They're like, okay. What's ready?
He's like,
no, I'm
zoom
not
zoom that.
Yeah, no, I'm not important enough for that, but you know.
You never know, bro.
You never know. Imagine
there are some good ideas, and sometimes those ideas can be stolen.
Yeah. That's okay. But so you don't know how to get rid of an asteroid or comet, right?
No.
Now this is something that's going to take a lot of money, and this is something that's going to take a lot of time. But there's some cool ways you can do it. Yes, you can throw a nuke and explode the comet, but you're still going to have to deal with all the debris, right?
The debris. Yeah, of course.
One of the badass ways to deal with a comet. Oh no, there's actually another one. But okay, so the thing is that like when people think of like an asteroid or a meteor or a comet, they think of it as like this one body, right?
Right.
But I think what we've learned is that sometimes it's not just this one
just
solid rock. It's a bunch of little rocks.
Yeah.
That gravity's forced together because of one big rock's gravitational pull, and they're all kind of like connected in that way.
Right.
So I mean, like, you know, throwing a bomb maybe not be the smartest thing. Sometimes it is. So one of the things I thought it's so badass because it's so beautifully simple. It's not simple to execute, but it's simple to think about.
To be writing paper.
So you go to the meteor, you take a ship, and then you fly next to it, and then you land on it, and you whatever, and then you paint one side of it white, and then because like the sun is going to hit it, right? And so over time, the sun's rays are going to hit that light part and not the shaded part, and it's going to slightly diverge the meteor to where it won't even hit.
So it's pushing it.
Yeah, but over time, it's like have you heard of those solar sails?
No.
So I think they already sent them, if I recall, or maybe not yet. Stephen Hawking was working on it with like a Russian like billionaire, because of course he was.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Stephen Hawking. That one sucked too. I love Stephen Hawking. I love sciences in general, but like he wanted to do basically send a bunch of like tiny little ships, and they basically had this huge solar sail. And so what happens is that all the energy that the Earth sends to everywhere, right? It's just basically this big thermonuclear reactor that's just throwing all this radiation off, right? And so these things are like gold, and they would like catch, or they're like gold aluminum. They're like a weird alloy, and they would catch like the electrons, the ions, and all that stuff in the particles, and they would hit it and propel it further. Now he wanted to do something even crazier, which sets up a laser and shoots each one. So it's like, and like with a little laser, and then they would just go fly off, and they would send a million of them. Of course, they're not like they're super fragile, and they probably wouldn't last super long. But you send enough of them, you can get little pictures from those guys from millions and billions and light years and miles and all that shit away.
Right.
And that's so sick. So that's like the similar idea of like getting rid of a meteor. You just paint one
push
side,
it, yeah.
and it pushes
It's
it.
gonna be less a mess.
Yeah.
Do that.
There's also people who are thinking about like getting like a space hook.
It's
like whale fishing, you know, but with like asteroids.
Wow.
Like driving, just like, or they're just taking it. No, that's a legit thing. That's a legit thing.
Hey man, you gotta give it a try.
Like, there's people like giant net.
Yeah. Hey.
Giant net.
Giant net. Yeah, that could work. That could work. But what if the asteroid squishy?
Asteroids are not squishy,
dog.
but no, that was just like a really fun, like not low budget. That's like
Very low budget.
It's not low
I mean, it's low.
It's just so simple. It's
Right.
insane that.
What
like,
if
it's funny.
we can Reese's Pieces and asteroids like, ooh, piece of candy.
Yeah, maybe.
Ooh,
I mean, that
piece
could
of
work.
candy.
Let's try it out. Let's talk about the
Right.
next scientific panel.
Yeah, where's Steve? Hawking? He's dead, right? Damn
Yeah,
it.
I'm glad I had nothing to talk about today because I didn't know what we were going to talk about. But we started talking about stuff anyways.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Yeah.
That's a good
I
sign.
mean, asteroids. I think it's a good
Yeah.
topic we should talk about.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people talk about asteroids.
Yeah, if you want to know some science stuff, I know some science stuff. Now, don't ask me for specifics because I'm not good at that, but I know about concepts and ideas. I'm pretty good at that. So let's talk about some other stuff. Yeah. Have you heard about the UFC thing?
So
there's a UFC game, and like you pay $60 for it.
Yeah.
And what they've been doing is they made a new update after the game's been released. Now, some game companies have been doing this. They update the game after release, after all the reviews are out, because they want to get favorable reviews.
Mm-hmm.
So what they did is, I think it was EA, they put ads in the game. So every time you're like at a loading screen or whatever between things, they'll put like an ad for like an actual like movie, like not
trailer.
movie, but like not a movie trailer, but like Doritos or this or that.
It's like brought to you by this
Yeah,
or something
yeah.
like that. Okay.
And that's kind of shady as hell, right? Like you
Oh, yeah.
paid $60 for the fucking game. Like why do I have to like watch ads?
Look ads, yeah.
It's dumb. Yeah, and then, like
I
people
mean,
are pissed.
even with the loading screens too, like why do I care? Yeah.
Yeah, and I think they just have it like before matches and stuff. Like I mean that they might add more loading screens just so they can play more
That's
ads.
just sleazy.
It's shady.
It
It's
is
sleazy.
very
Dude,
shady.
the video game industry is so sleazy, dude.
Oh yeah, especially with
don't
the loot
realize.
like those loot cranes when EA buy
It's
extra.
EA again, dude.
EA is very
I'm gonna fuck that talk.
yeah, but EA is very stingy with the situation with Battlefront. You have to pay extra amount to get these weapons or these characters. Like
Yeah,
why
EA
do I
is
need to
kinda-
pay more just to unlock characters?
Yeah, EA is kind of the worst when it comes to that.
Yeah. Video game. I mean, all type of media has a corporate.
So you'd be pissed if
BS.
you pay $60 for a game and there's ads in the game.
Don't know.
You'd be pissed, right?
I'd be fucking pissed. I paid that kind of much
Imagine
money.
playing Bloodborne and then all of a sudden, boop, and it's like,
Oh, yeah.
do you buy Mountain Dew? I'm like, what?
Yeah, no, it doesn't make sense. I mean, every type of media.
Yeah,
has
it's
to do with
like
corporate
watching a
bullshit.
movie and then there's an ad in the
Yeah,
movie.
there's ads.
Now, there's ways to integrate stuff. Like movies do that so sometimes. Where it's like, hey, I'm Coca-Cola and I want to pay for some ad time in your film. And like Michael Bay is like, all right, sure. So there's not just like a straight up ad, but maybe you'll see a character drink Coca-Cola.
Oh yeah. No, there's a
Michael
lot.
Bay was terrible at that because like if you remember like there's like one Transformers movie like with Mark Wahlberg where he like there's like a bunch of Miller Lite on the floor and he grabs it, he's like I'm American
Yeah, and then
you know, it's like
one of the guys was drinking like a Chinese drink.
yeah
And then it's like right in the middle of the film, like
Yeah, I
see
know.
what it looks like. Like I'm like, oh come on.
And there's
Especially
dude,
on their cars
Michael
too.
Bay's so bad at that because like remember
Dude,
there's
come
that-
on! The first Transformers when the Camaro shows up, that's a huge bag, like
Yeah.
big car ad.
Yeah. And then like Stanley Tucci, and I think it's the same movie where he's like this thing like little like shape shifting, and then he's like, it could be a Beats, the greatest sound ever.
Oh God!
And he's like, or it could be this, or it's like how many ads are in this movie?
It's so gross. It's so gross.
Man, it's gross.
I mean,
there's some movies that do it well, some of them don't.
Yeah,
I don't mind branding in films because sometimes you need money.
Yeah, you gotta make
like
money.
our teacher from film school, Michael Connors. Shout out Michael Connors. He was telling me that in his, I don't know if he told the class or he told me. I think he told me. He maybe told the class too, though. No, I don't remember. He didn't really talk about his film, did he?
No, not really.
I think
I don't know. Yeah,
it might have been just me talking to him, but he told me that like, at least I feel like he told me. So this is subjective. Right. That like in the film, he was looking for financiers and all that stuff, and he was trying to get like a car ad to help pay for it, and like so therefore like the studio wouldn't feel too bad, or like whoever would pick it up would be like, okay, well a lot of it's already justified because it's already got money. So that's how some of these movies get made. They get like advertising to give them money. So I think he had an ad from like this one car company. I don't remember who it was. It wasn't Lexus, but it was like maybe.
Damn.
It wasn't Lexus.
It wasn't Lexus, but it was like some big car company.
Yeah. Yes and no.
Kind of like a Subaru to.
Sort of.
Okay.
Like a
Volvo.
Maybe. I don't know. It was definitely somebody, and like what they asked for is just like, yeah, can we get a shot of like maybe the main character driving the car, and then just like have a shot of like them driving. And then they had to stop, and you see the logo, and that's it. Which isn't that bad.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Because that paid for his whole fucking movie.
Yeah.
Like shit, I'll do that, bro. Like Coca-Cola, bro. Give me some money. I'll like have a character drink Coke. Right. I don't care. Like,
I mean, there are also tips. I think someone told me that you should have characters. You know, you should write like this character drinks a Coke, so people are like, oh, we should advertise Coke to have Coke to be in our product.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing you could do. Like, I think they call it native advertising.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Where like, yeah, we have a character and they're doing this anyway, so let's talk to them and see if we can get some money. So like, let's just say like, hey, not a free ad to Dasani, but like, hey, we're drinking Dasani. Like, hey, Dasani, you want to sponsor us? They probably don't give a shit. This is a Coke, right?
Yeah, this is a Coca-Cola company.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, this character loves drinking Dasani. It was like that's part of the character.
Whatever, right? Then you can get like sponsorship, or like this character drives this car, and the people who meet the car are like, oh, that's cool. Let's give them money because we like that they're showing our stuff, and they can showcase it more. You know, stuff like that.
Yeah, that's what we're doing too. Like advertise free stuff, or
so. Hey, if you want us to advertise something of yours, call us, leave a comment down below, or DM Manny on our Instagram posts.
That's me.
So there you go.
Yes.
So that's where that went with UFC and all that stuff. It's a fascinating thing because like, how do you make money though? You know? That's why like Star Wars and Disney is like Star Wars. Like when Star Wars movies are coming out, it's on everything.
Oh yeah. Everywhere.
People pay for that because people will buy something if it has a Star Wars logo on it.
Yeah, Star Wars is
huge. Have you seen the Star Wars like oranges?
Oh yeah, dude, it has everything. The grapes,
everywhere.
Grapes, fucking milk cartons.
But there is evidence that people will buy just because there's a Star Wars logo on it.
Yeah,
it is ridiculous.
Yeah,
it's one of those things. It's just so fascinating. It's just like, what is this?
Yeah, especially with Disney parks too. You know, they have a lot of Star Wars stuff too. They're just trying to find ways to make money out of this specific brand.
Yeah, exactly. And so if anyone wants to sponsor us, we'll drink whatever you give us. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We can have
he'll drink whatever you give us. I'm not drinking just everything.
I don't give a shit. There's a beer company. I am totally down.
Beer company.
805.
Yeah. 805.
Yeah, it is a great beer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a great beer, guys. 805.
So, Manny, I haven't talked about what books I've been reading on the podcast for a while, just because we've had Ross, we've been talking about a bunch of other stuff, but I feel like this is kind of a low tier episode.
All right. Yeah, what you
reading? It's a chill episode,
very chill.
where there's nothing big in the news, so I feel like I can make a segment where I just talk about something I'm reading.
Yeah, what you been reading?
I read this book called Other Minds, and it's fantastic. I finished it yesterday, and the basic premise of the book is it talks about how it's mainly about octopuses. Octopi. That sounded weird. Octopi. Yeah, and how they think and how their brains work. So now there's this like joke going around that I've seen where like people are like, "Oh, octopi are aliens, you know, that are not part of the or whatever."
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
It's dumb because like you can go back far enough and find the common ancestor between us and octopi.
Where they came from,
because they're cephalopods, and like you can follow the tree branch, and it's like 300 million years ago or some shit, but it's still there.
Right,
there still is a common ancestor. So now, if you guys don't know how evolution works, here you go. How well versed are you in evolution, by the way?
I mean, I just know that where it came from. We have ancestors that came from monkeys. You know, not really monkeys, but different species. Okay, but anyways,
that's a misconception.
That is, but yeah, we just evolved who we are. I don't know.
Yeah, constantly evolving. People think we're done. We're not.
No,
done.
yeah.
So okay.
We probably have longer thumbs because the use of our phones. We just have longer thumbs.
I just have long thumbs in general.
Yeah.
Or do we make phones that fit our long thumbs?
Maybe.
Because like if you're an octopi,
fit.
if you're an octopus, what's that look like? You know, what kind of device are they using? So
you think we can have tails too? Finally have tails so we can take our selfies.
Why would we need tails though? See, that's the thing. It's like it's got to be necessary in some degree.
Well,
okay, all right. So sorry if you guys have not had good teachings on evolution. Not calling you out, just anybody out there.
No, yeah, evolution.
Because I know some schools don't teach us.
Evolution is kind of controversial.
It's not even controversial. Like it shouldn't be. There's so much evidence that supports it.
Yeah, but people
just look around you.
I mean, look at rocks. Look at bones.
I didn't say Ross. I was like, whoa.
I mean,
Come on, not in a racist way. I was just like thinking, like, whoa, what are you saying?
But look at other rocks. Look at other trees. Look at other like fossils.
I don't know if rocks have anything to do with evolution.
It could be rocks. Yeah, I mean,
no,
in the fossils, could be in the fossils.
Oh, in the fossils.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I was like rocks. I'm like, those are just minerals collected together.
Right, but they're like in the fossil,
Yeah. So what was fascinating is, so evolution, if you guys don't know, is basically the idea that life began and it kept evolving over time and it kept branching off. So now the thing that people are like, well, what started? I mean, well, there's a thing about DNA and how our DNA works that we have constant mutations. Now, a lot of them are bad, some of them are good. And what happens is that the mutations that survive are the ones that give some kind of benefit to the person or to the being it has, and they can reproduce. And then because they reproduce, their genes are then passed on to that version. So that mutation becomes part of the animal itself. Mm-hmm. So for us, our skin color is a mutation, our teeth are a mutation, our eyes, ears, all this stuff. Mm-hmm. And we have ancestors, like birds are very close. It's our eyes, ears, and all that stuff. And chimpanzees are our closest ancestors. Yeah. Gorillas and all that stuff, orangutans. Those are all, I mean, some of them are a little farther away, but some of them are a little closer.
Yeah.
So when people are like, oh, we're descended from monkeys. We are not descended from monkeys. Monkeys have co-evolved with us. We have a common ancestor that we share, but chimpanzees diverge. So we're not from monkeys. Monkeys and us are from the same people, though.
Right.
That's the difference.
Is it like distant cousins?
Yeah, it's like, you know, a chimpanzee is not my dad, but we share a grandfather.
Right.
You know what I mean? He's my cousin, but he's not my, he's not my papa.
He's not relative. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's probably, wow, I'm surprised no one's made that argument. I'm sure somewhere probably, but that's how I would describe it. So cephalopods, we might share an ancestor from like 100 years ago. Not that this is me being like metaphor mode. You know what I mean? Like, we're both related from like Julius Caesar for some reason, right? It's like, yeah, that's like, look how long ago that was. Yeah. That's like, imagine that, but over millions of years. And our lines couldn't be the same or more different. You know, they have different eyes even. Jeez. So what's funny is I was reading the book, he talks about how all this stuff is like, if you look at it, octopi should be colorblind. And now you're like, wait, what? They changed color.
Right.
How
do they know?
How they know? And so what I found the most fascinating is how different their brains are. Dude, you know their stomach is right next to their brain? So like if you look at it like a head,
right,
it has like parts of their brains around it, and then their stomach is right there. Because their mouth is right here. So when they eat, and they're like, well, then you would think that sometimes when they eat something sharp could penetrate their brain.
Right.
Yeah, it happens.
So
the shark can mess them up. And then the other thing is that people thought they're like, oh, well, their brain's there. That's it, right? That's it. Where's the rest of the brain at? They have neurons in their arms, bro.
Oh, I think I heard about that, yeah.
So basically each tentacle, and we don't know quite yet as far as the book is concerned, because I haven't read past the book yet, where if their arms talk to their brain or if the arms are completely independent. There has to be some kind of communication, people theorize, but they're not 100% sure. So like that's like saying my arm is doing its own thing. Yeah, I'm like, arm, will you please stop? I'm trying to have a podcast. It's like giving me the finger.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like fascinating. And there's like this symptom. I forgot what they called it, but I think they call it split brain personality. I think it's basically when the two lobes of your brain get disconnected from each other, and they start having emergent thoughts. So now you're like, okay, well, me having a conversation with you is the left hemisphere of my brain or some shit, right?
Right.
That's me talking. But there's the right hemisphere of my brain that can't talk to you. but it's there. It's thinking.
Right.
It's a whole different person. That's not me speaking to you right now. It's my left hand. So now my left hand's like, Manny, you're my favorite person. My left hand's like this.
Yeah.
My right hemisphere does not like you.
Right.
The left hemisphere thinks you're cool.
Wow.
So that's something similar that can happen in humans. I mean, that's like an actual thing that happened. Like, so some people like. So there's an episode of House that I love House. This is one of my favorite shows of all time.
Yeah,
where they showed this guy and he was like, my arm is weird. It starts doing stuff and I don't know what it is. It's some weird motor neuron thing or whatever. And then they're like, no, like you have a whole other person in your brain. There's two people in your head, bro.
Crazy, bro.
And he's like, what? He's like, your brain is confused. Your arm is confused because it doesn't know where it's going. So it acts out when you do something it doesn't want to do. Wow. So like the guy was like, I'd go to a grocery store. I don't know how realistic that episode is because it's a TV show,
right?
But it is a similar. It's similar enough to what actually happens. Whereas like he would go to the grocery store and the thing would just start throwing shit down. And he's like, you stop it! And then the show they're like, just say out loud because then it doesn't know what's going on. So like they have like a scene from the show that they did do in real life where they would show this eye something and they would show this eye something different, right? Mm-hmm. And then the person's like, oh, this says dog. And then the arm would just slap the person. And it's like, no, it's something else. It's because like our eyes are, they're connected to each lobe, right?
Right.
So basically right hemisphere controls everything on your left side and your left hemisphere controls everything on your right side. So when people are right-handed, it means they mainly use their left hemisphere. I mean, they use their whole brain, obviously.
Right.
But that's the more dominant thing. And so people who are left-handed, it's the opposite.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if like artistic versus logical is very real. I know people tend to make that argument.
Yeah, the left hand.
I'm a left-handy. I'm so creative. I mean, like there are certain things of being right-hand versus left-hand dominant.
Uh-huh.
I happen to be able to use both hands, so I'm
just lefty.
You're lefty?
I'm lefty.
Oh shit! Nice. Yeah. What's up, bro?
Yeah, dude.
I'm ambidextrous. I can use both.
Yeah, I'm a lefty, bro.
Bro.
I was born as a. They say the center hand. So.
Can you use your right hand though at all?
No, I can't do it at all.
Really? So
I tried.
You tried?
Yeah, it's sloppy. It's like a first grader writing it.
Me too, but it's actually been getting better. I think you can train to use both sides.
I think I could try it. Yeah, I mean it would be cool. I mean I can't write my name with my right hand, but not the rest.
And so. Oh shit! Has that not been recording this entire time? Did it stop recording? Oh, I think I know why the battery died. Okay, so Stuart's camera finally died for once.
Wow.
Yeah, the battery died. Holy shit! How long ago did that happen?
I have no idea.
Shit.
We're still recording though.
All right, just keep talking. I'm gonna try to find. I have the plug around here.
So octopuses, it's a crazy animal.
Oh, it's right here. We forgot to plug it in. God damn it!
We had technical difficulties. I can't talk right now. Difficulties.
I'll just have to plug this in real quick.
Wow, this is the first time the battery from Stuart's side died. I feel much better myself. I feel
Battery RIP. Yeah. All right.
So here's the situation. What's going on today at the world? Ooh, dude. Oh fuck, dude, my heart dropped. Stuart almost dropped his camera. It could be bad because there'll be no day player podcast. We could probably gonna use one camera, but
it's fine now. Just really. I would not touch this.
Man, it's crazy that we have cousins, our chimps, 1,000-year-old chimps. I mean, people who deny evolution are kind of naive if you think about it. It's just like you see a lot of evidence and a lot of what you see at chimpanzee.
I don't have any of this footage. Okay, whatever. I hit record on it, right?
How long? Don't worry. How long did it recorded?
We recorded for about
an hour. Right.
But okay, we'll just use your footage for the most part.
Right.
My job easier.
We're almost done, right?
I guess so. Yeah.
Okay. So you said octopuses and
yeah. So octopuses and octopi.
Octopi.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
so it's so fascinating to see how they think and how they react, and they have social behaviors.
You're right.
Which is fascinating. That's a thing of like a really smart species. So like some chimpanzees and some little mammals and stuff like that have social behaviors, but like what we're talking about is complex behaviors. Those are different.
Right.
So yeah, it's very fascinating and very interesting to see.
Yeah, the octopuses are really smart. They're smart. It's
creatures. Hard to tell if they're really smart, if they know about certain things. Like they can distinguish different people.
Right.
But like it's different. So like they were talking about like sometimes they would have them in captivity and they know they're in captivity. They know.
Right.
But what's fascinating is that sometimes they would squirt water at the light bulbs to get rid of them, and they're like, oh, they know that they can do that so they can escape. Which might not be the case. It might just because they don't like bright lights, and they just do it, and they just found out that makes the light go away, so they just did that. So it's not like 1 equals 1. And sometimes
Right.
they will escape when they
sometimes they know.
they
how to
know when
escape.
you're not looking. So they're able to. The only thing they said that was interesting is most octopi only live for like 2 years.
Yeah.
And it's like, why do you build this whole integrated network and just die within 2 years? It's so fascinating. And he talks about in evolutionary
Probably there's too much information.
No, okay, so this is a fascinating thing about evolution. There's been some people who theorize about it, and it's very recently that it's been going on, that your lifespan is measured by how long it takes you to have a kid and how long you're useful for having children.
Right.
So I guess the best example of this is trees. So trees live for fucking ever.
Forever.
Right.
I mean, check out Redwood.
You
Check
want to
out
know why?
Redwood. Yeah.
Though. So when trees get older, they have more branches, which means they can have more nuts, and those nuts will fall and they'll have offspring. So therefore, you're more likely to have children the older you are, because the more branches you have, than the younger you are. So these trees can last forever because of that simple fact.
Right.
Now these octopi, especially the ones that he was following around, they only live for 2 years, because why wait to have kids if you're not sure if you're going to be alive after 3 years? So
Right.
if you hold out for longer, because they have so many predators, and the thing is that they're squishy and they're easily, like their defenses can only last for so long.
No, yeah.
So why not just put everything in all eggs in one basket, go for broke, after 2 years, and then that's it. You just start deteriorating. So there's no point in living longer than that, because you might not live long enough anyways.
Jeez.
So, but then he's like, there's some octopi who live longer in different places. Like one is like maybe theoretically 14 years, and it's because just everything's slower and they don't have that many predators. So therefore they don't have to worry about it as much. And humans live as long as we do because we keep mutating. And at some point those mutations mess up our offspring. And so those offspring never live longer. So that's why people are like, oh, it's like a little switch that comes off when we die after 100 years or 110 years, right? No one lives past that long because there's no point in living that long, because you can't have kids at that point, right?
Yeah.
And the kids you would have would be weird, because we've looked
And
and
then
we've seen.
your body will be falling apart too.
Well, that's why our body falls apart, is because at that point we have too many mutations and all that stuff. So that's why, like, when the older you have kids, the weirder sometimes the defects your kids might have.
Yeah.
And that's why.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, our lifespan is basically theorized to be as long as it needs to be without being within our prime of having kids and taking care of them and all that stuff.
Fuck.
So same thing with octopi.
Fuck.
So when people are like, oh, they died of like natural causes, they're like, oh, it's just like a switch. He just died one day. It's like, he was like 100.
Right.
By that point, your body just gives up. I mean, 'cause it's like, what's the point?
There's no point of living.
But that's why people try to find a way to live forever. And I'm kind of, it's one of those things where I'm like, that'd be cool, but you gotta believe in your mortality.
If I'm in my 90s, I just honestly don't give a shit and just turn off the off switch. I would shit my fucking pants. You don't give a fuck. Yeah.
Are you one of those guys that's gonna be like go out quiet and peacefully, or are you gonna like rage until the dying of the light?
I'm gonna die in pain with cigarettes, Jack Daniels. I'm gonna live like Lenny, like Lenny from Motorhead. It's gonna be me.
God. Oh my god. All right, so let's move on to what possibly be our last topic. Go ahead.
What's the last topic?
Oh no, go ahead. Tell us.
Me, death. I'm probably gonna die, with a hooker right on top of me.
Oh my god.
And just die on a heart attack. Yeah.
That was his legacy.
That's my life.
I would say I want to I don't want to go out quietly. I want to be loud and just be not angry, but just be like, ah.
He's like, curse you.
No, I don't know. But then I know it's inevitable. I mean, if old age doesn't get you, eventually statistics will, because because eventually something's gonna get you, some accident, and so it's like what percentage of people in cars get in car accidents.
Right.
Eventually, if you keep driving, that number is only gonna get. The probability of you getting in a car accident is only going to get longer, right?
Right.
Or the longer that you're going to get hit by lightning, or you're going to get in a fatal plane accident,
or you get bite by a snake,
or whatever. Yeah, all those probabilities just keep skyrocketing the longer you live. So I mean, something's going to get you eventually. But
yeah, especially when you're old. If you just trip,
yeah.
That's it.
We're talking to Danny. He's interested in coming on. It's just like how far.
They better be, because we've been talking to Danny for so long.
Shit about Danny for so long. Dude, you guys don't understand. If you guys didn't see our previous YouTube channel, Danny is a force of nature.
Yeah.
Like, I'm worried.
Right.
Like, I know Ross is good at getting things going, and he's good, but Danny, man.
Yeah.
Talking whenever Danny's around it's
great.
It's
funny. It's funny.
It's hard to go. I just wanted to say, not that he means anything by it, but just get used to him just saying something offensive.
Yeah.
He doesn't mean anything negative.
No. And he's a good guy. I say something offensive too sometimes.
Yeah, and I cut that out.
Yeah, you cut it out.
Except when I don't. I have them all saved. So whenever Manny says something bad or does something wrong, I'm gonna be like, I got the tape.
Motherfucker.
I delete everything.
Just Jeff Weinstein me. Jesus.
Harvey Weinstein. Yeah. Harvey Weinstein. Oh yeah, I got all the tapes. You know, no. I delete everything. I'm kind of I don't know how Casey Neistat and all these people, they keep all of their footage. And I'm like,
it's gotta be a reason.
No, I'm not insane. I've always deleted everything.
Oh yeah, I delete everything.
Delete everything.
Yeah.
I'm surprised I haven't deleted any of our podcasts yet. I'm like, it's just hard. I'm like,
we have it. We already have it in our feed. So So
thank you guys for watching the podcast.
Let us know what we miss and comment. We have a good conversation.
I'm definitely cutting some stuff that I just feel like just wasn't interesting.
The
Avengers stuff was kind of lame, right?
Yeah, because we got nothing to talk about.
Like,
what the fuck am I supposed to talk about?
I know. Okay, I know. Me too. I just like.
It was like, who cares? I just saw one gameplay and I was like, I honestly doesn't look.
So thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe down below if you feel like doing any of those things.
And for the people who support our channel, thank you for that.
Yeah. There should be a little button as you watch that says subscribe on it. It's tiny, I know, but it's like in my frame, it's probably like around here, and on Manny's frame, it's like probably right around there, somewhere around there. Smash that like button, guys. Give us 1,000 likes. Let's get to 1,000 subscribers by tonight.
Tell your homies, everyone. Tell your homies. Tell your friends. Tell your boyfriends. Tell your girlfriends. I don't care. Tell us. Please subscribe us. We need free shit.
All right. See you guys.
Bye.